Welcome to the FAMU Alpha LCS season. We are going to be having a game between the fantastic anime personalities and Labby Dabby Doo. My name is Sean Menbung Shannon, and I am joined here by Mr. Matt 2702. How's it going, Matt?
Dude, it's good. It is St. Patty's Day. It is the luckiest day of the year.
Yeah, for all of you out there who may be drinking or probably aren't drinking, just happy St. Patty's Day to you. It is me, your resident Irish man here, as I love my heritage. Yeah, for sure. What are you kind of looking forward to for this game tonight, by the way?
So I think I've had the pleasure of casting. I think I casted this game before. If they met in preseason, I think I casted that game. And I really was impressed with the bot lane performance from Labby Dabby Doo in the preseason, and they've done very well. But I also know how well of a player Chad Penguin is, and like just the whole synergy of FAP like works really well together. But the Labbies is really good. So like both of these are going to be really interesting to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing Labyrinth in the jungle. He's been playing really well. So I'm really just kind of looking forward to an overall good game between these two teams. Both super strong right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. Labby Dabby Doo towards the top of the standings right now, and fantastic anime personalities, I believe, are in the middle of the pack right now, as I believe we're just starting pick bands right now. So now with this coming out, you gotta expect some of these standard bands, depending on where certain people are gonna go. The Kale band directed immediately over at General Dill over here, who is now a PMA LCS admin after a name change.
Yeah, which is really smart. I think Kale, just with her rework, has just become such a strong pick, especially if you get into those super late portions of the game where you get like 40 plus minutes in. Echo ban.
Yeah, targeted at this is Lugo, one of the premier Echo players in our league right now.
Oh yeah, super clean.
Yeah, and the Garen ban also, after watching the Gan Wiener last night, I think if people are going to start respecting that Jarvan coming in, as well as that is one of Labby's kind of go-to picks when the Lee Sin, which still is unbanned, hasn't been picked out here, but then the Vi ban, as Jupil and PMA LCS admin are going to be very upset about that Vi being in a great place right now, especially in solo queue with the Hail Blades and the Aftershock runes right now, as that will not see the light of day. So unfortunately for all you Vi fans out there, as the Sivir ban is going to be picked in, so Labby has the opportunity to pick it, but they first picked the Shen away from PMA LCS admin. That's a kind of a little slap in the face right there, and they still have the opportunity to even get Labby's Lee Sin later.
Yeah, I know that there had been. I've been casting. I cast a couple games ago where I think it was Rafal still, or someone picked up, and actually Dylan was watching.
Yeah, it was against my team. It was.
How was it?
Yeah, it was into the Nasus, and
yes.
he built Blade of the Ruin King and
Borkshin.
Yeah, exactly. Borkshin, Bork.
That's right.
Dog champ. So on the side of FAP, they're going to be getting a bunch of their crowd control going right now, as Morgana and Sejuani up. LDD looking to recreate what they did last time against the Bung and the Restless, with that Shen Nocturne combo locked in this first rotation of picks, and then Lucian down in the bot lane for them, for JJ Bell, as now FAP's looking to probably, if you want, you pick your mid laner here, and then you can ban out what's bad against it, kind of put Durpin or Rob in a really, really good place, or you can pick your jungler into that, but they're going to lock in their bot lane and get the Morgana Jinx going right there.
Yeah, it's a super strong combo with Q and then Jinx Trap. God, that lane is going to be horrifying.
Yeah, I definitely see this. So Zoe Malzahar band's mid lane pool shrinking as of now, as no team has either picked up a mid laner. Am I muted? Thank God. Okay, good. No, I'm not. I was like, oh Lord, wait, have I been talking to myself the whole time? But that Fiddlesticks that came out for Lugo the other game, that is something that they could look at. The Jace and Leona bands right there. Leona being targeted over at Biscuit Hat's been his most played support champion right now. I think you got to pick your jungler right here unless you got something spicy coming out from Jupil over here on FAP.
Mm-hmm. Well, hear me out. This could be you could pull the clever rotation to Morgana mid and pick a flex and pick a support here where you rotate the Morgana mid, because Morgana mid isn't an awful pick, but ooh.
Well, there you go. You got the flex that you were talking about. It's
Let's
the
go.
Taric bot lane. While I do think Taric is a little bit on the weaker side, I'm very excited to see him. I do like Taric as a champion. He's one of my favorite supports. I feel like a Tom Kench would have been a little bit better there, as there is a Nocturne on the other side of the team. Unless it's top lane Taric, then I don't believe we'll be seeing that. But here comes the Karma. Going to be a really oppressive bot lane here for the side of LDD, as now they're going to look to lock in their mid laner. That Fiddlesticks is still up, but I don't know what else we could be looking at here. Possibly the Ahri?
Do it. I want to see Fiddlesticks. I've been on a Fiddlesticks support binge. I promise I'm not trolling. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Ahri.
there is the Ahri right there. So the Morgana, though, knowing that the Morgana's going to the mid lane right there, kind of an interesting pick into that, as the Black Shield can do that, but if you just do enough damage, that Black Shield just won't matter. So maybe Lugo looking to just snowball as he did previously on the Ahri. Now that jungle pick, what are we looking at? And it's going to be the Jax hover right here and lock in for Jupil. Yeah. As Renwolf in chat is calling someone Nostradamus. I don't know who that could possibly be. Probably you for your little flex pick you're talking about.
I don't know, man. I'm really kind of liking I'm liking seeing some of the more like the hybrids where they're like I guess they're flex picks more, like where you can see like the Lux as a support or a mid laner. More often you see her in mid, but she's not an awful support, and you're seeing now Morgana being able to take over that role. As well as Karma even potentially as well, but we've seen you can build tank Karma top lane, but like being able to see like these champions and like the goal of their compositions is going to be super unique, because it's going to be a lot of like, hey, we have we have the AD in the back they're going to be peeling for, as well as the Nocturne. So if we can keep on the side of Labby Dabby Do, if we can keep Lucian and Nocturne alive, like, I'm not going to say it's not a free game, but it's a much easier game to win.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Let's see. Hold on. I'll look at this pick ban again. Kind of just go through it as start discussing it. Why can I not pull up anything that I want to pull up? This is great. There we go.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's funny you mentioned the Garen ban. I was watching the game last night, and the only thing I can was was Ganwian's flash Q to kill tower.
Dude, man, I lost my stuff when that happened.
That has to be the most like
Chad
biggest.
That's the most Chad thing ever. I don't even need flash. Let me get this tower.
And then just spins to win.
Yeah.
He just Beyblades away.
So when we're looking at this though, obviously like both teams have press R to go sort of things. You have the R for the Sejuani. You have the R for the Taric ultimate to either go in or to kind of disengage any attempt by LDD. Meanwhile, they do have that Shen Nocturne combo that was shown in their last series versus the Bung and Restless to be a good combo for them. And I think they're going to have the push advantage in this bot lane. Lucian Karma.
Lucia.
Yeah. As Blue Flames
And
96 has subscribed for 2 months in a row saying, "Notice me, senpai." Well, we have been noticing you as of now. Um, and
thank you for the two
yeah,
months.
thanks for the 2 months, man. It's longer than any relationship I've never had. So
Yikes.
when I'm looking at FAP's composition, though, they're definitely more team fight, uh, like heavy, and then the Jax kind of just fills in there somewhere. Also working really well with the Sejuani for the top lane. As
Agreed.
I I misspoke earlier and I said that the Jupil pick for the jungle, but the whole time the Sejuani was there and I just blanked about it because I definitely don't play Sejuani ever.
Yeah, that champion is really fun. It's just like you have to kind of know when when your target point is like, all right, we want to pick this one person off, and we got to make sure like their cooldowns are burned because if we miss, it's going to be a long time before we can get another good engage.
Yeah, everyone has windows of opportunity that they're looking for. What I really do like is the Sejuani with the Jax though, because in 2v2 they should win most of it. The only problem is Shin has this wonderful thing called Spirit's Refuge, which is going to stop all those stacks from happening right there, and then Nocturne can just come in and try to help at any cost. But if this Jax gets rolling with the most balanced Keystone of Conqueror, even though it has been nerfed, thankfully, Jax himself gets Trinity Force Spear of Sojin and is going to be really, really tough to stop if he gets ahead. So I'd be looking to probably see Jupil prioritize that top side of the map and get some roams from their mid laner on this Morgana. Meanwhile, on LDD, you just kind of farm up till 6 and then look for pick opportunities. They're more pick oriented. They don't have the front line that FAP will be sporting. Um, but the Nocturne Shin ultimate being able to do that anytime, and if trying to find any picks with the Ari for sure will be really beneficial for them come early mid game. Because the later this game goes and the more items that Jinx gets, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah, that's just what I will say though is as a as a statistic from Blitz. I don't know if you use Blitz.
Yeah.
Rafal has a 26 KDA on Shin, so that is a huge Shin.
Yeah, but he's only
But
played it once though, so that guy sucks.
I wonder, but like we were talking about it, like if this Jax gets rolling and shuts the Shen down, like it's really hard for Shen to come back in that matchup. Like obviously he can drop his W to shield himself from the auto attacks, but like even still, you can just get the Jax to stun him up and then just let the W run out and then just wail on him.
Well, if you want to quote the Blitz app, that Karma counters Taric, Nocturne counters Sejuani, Lucian counters both Morgana and Jinx. So according to the Blitz app, FAP has drafted themselves into a comp that counters almost every lane. But we do know that the Morgana will be mid lane, so that doesn't really work. But just looking at this, I do think that the ease of execution is probably on the side of FAP.
I agree with that.
In terms of that they have the team fight comp, and PMA LCS just generally is always about team fight comps. But looking at this, who do you have? Tell me why, and then I'm going to try to think about mine as well, because it's going to be really interesting going forward.
Yeah, I'm going to 100% agree with you on the ease of execution. Especially running the Taric and the Morgana, you have a lot of peel potential, and additionally, if you really need to, you can pull a Sejuani ult as a disengage. So the ease of execution, I think, goes to the side of FAP, but looking at Labby Debbie Do, just seeing how they've played so cohesively and so well in the last couple weeks, and watching them just like thrive, especially watching the matchup versus TBR. The Rafal, Shin, was like the Shen and Nocturne combo was incredibly dangerous. And it's if you can get onto the Jinx and shut the Jinx down, really what's going to happen is you're gonna just be faced with Lucian and Ari and Karma trying to peel away from the Jax, trying to get onto the back line, and they do a much better job of disengaging and peeling away. And if you have Nocturne and Shen on top of a Jinx, like I'll take that every day. Like your Nocturne and Shen are going to destroy that Jinx, and Jax can't counter the other three. Um, so just on that bit, I'm gonna say Labby wins this game.
Yeah, I definitely think that if they can get to the Jinx, it's kill the Jinx, win the game, kind of, you know. But for FAP, it's save the girl, save the girl, save the world over there. But also Chad Penguin being a win condition that we did talk about. And I kind of think that this Black Shield usage and the stuns and the invulnerability coming out from the Cosmic Radiance from Taric are going to play a huge role in this. And while the early game may be a little bit rough depending on how far this Jackson, the roams from Rob on the Morgana can be, I'm going to give it to FAP here because I really like Taric. And if James Cordella is in the audience, he will be judging all of your skin choices, especially you, PMA LCS admin. So get at your hashtags, hashtag FAPWin, hashtag LDD win. Let us know who you want to win. Let us know who you think will win. Let us know if you even care who wins, because we are about to jump in to the game right now.
Let's do it. But yeah, speaking of Tarek, Tarek is awesome and really is one of the more undervalued supports in my opinion.
I just think he's so not tanky right now. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
biggest
and that's the
problem.
hard part,
Yeah.
especially with the recent nerfs to the entire relic shield item line. It makes it very difficult for tank supports to feel important. Like you get less healing off of it, so it's really rough. But you're still going to see a lot of tank supports because a lot of that's like what they based a lot of it around. Which it's like, hey, we have the Braum, we have the Leona, we have the Tom Kench, Nautilus sometimes even.
Yeah, well, if we're looking at
Um,
some of these mastery points, as we will both pause at 10 seconds, by the way. That's what I usually do.
mhm.
Um, the mastery points would tell you that Labby, I believe, has the most points out of everybody. Let's check this out just to be sure. Jupil having the least amount of points. Very interesting right there. And so we got some FAP wins, some 80 LDD wins. Great Full Buster, how's it going, dude? Really glad to see you.
Dude, that's me.
I know.
Wait, I thought you were debating me.
All right, I'm gonna go
Uh,
to 10 seconds. Tell me when you're there.
oh, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, give me a second. I'm getting all the scoreboard set. All right, and then in 3, 2, 1, play.
Woo, we in game. Let's go.
Yeah, looking to
Hmm.
probably do like a 5-point start here for the side of FAP. Probably want to get a lot of vision though of where these junglers are starting. As with having Morgana though, you always want to be careful for the invade, but they're going to be setting up in this bot lane bush for Labby Dabby Doo. Playing
Oh,
around the vision. They're going to see them right there and they just get out. No ward was placed though, fortunately.
yeah.
So it looks like everything's going to be a standard start for them having
And we see that
some mastery
we
spans.
see the master spam from Chad and the penguin emote. So that's a very Chad thing to do, and he was spamming his penguins.
Yeah. So we have Team Foreskin for the side of FAT, but I believe it's only 3 skins for the side of this. Yeah, 3 skins for Labby Dabby Doo, where actually we're going to be seeing opposite starts, which is kind of indicative of what we were talking about. We want to get top lane ahead for the side
Mm-hmm.
of FAP, while for the, God, trading in the mid lane, Lugo is just an aggressive SOB. As
Very bold.
Labyrinth is going to be, you know, looking to, he smites early on that, and is going to be looking to probably invade on the top side, as they don't know if he leashed or not, as both lanes did not show.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit of horizontal jungling to start that early pressure, because if you get the Nocturne horizontal to get the red buff, then come just right up behind the Jax, and at that point you should be you're level 2, so you take Q, E, I think, on Nocturne as ability pathing.
Yeah.
You should just be able to Q and then E and either force out a flash from the Jax, or maybe even force it, like maybe even just get a kill. So
Yeah, I think right now where it is, Labby is going to be one camp behind, does secure the top lane scuttle. This early jungle pathing is just going to be a little bit okay. There is a ward there for any cheeky level 2 gank that would have happened towards top side, but both junglers are going to be on their red buffs right now.
yeah, smart call just to change it to a vertical path. What would have been what would be ideal is you see the bot lane of Labby pushed up really far, is have the Sejuani start, have both of them start top side and pull down. Um, I think that might have been better, but we see mid lane gank potentially being set up, or is just no, just walking through, just saying hi, no big deals.
Mm-hmm. Just saying hi,
Yeah,
indeed.
but yeah, we start to see a little bit of pushing more on the bot side on this. Excuse me. Start to see a little bit more pushing from the bot side of FAP, which is really good for them, because if they can go ahead and get that shoved up and get that priority, they might be able. Oh,
Binding does land right there. Flash can be forced out. Ignite comes down. The charm to hit right there at the very end. First blood going over to Lugo with the Kobe call out right there. Fadeaway charm to take first blood off of Rob, who we did not mention some of the keystones. Rob going Dark Harvest here in the mid lane on the Morgana.
I think it's a man, and that's kind of what, like, that's the biggest thing is like Dark Harvest. If you can get it stacking and scaling, that can be huge. But for like the Magus Ass and like Ari, like that's just it's so crazy like how much damage you can get off with the electrocute.
Yeah, definitely would have been
But
expecting the Airy coming out from Rob for the extra shield, but trying to do a little bit more damage, doesn't do the electrocute either, but that's going to be first blood gold going over to the side of LDD, and now a 300 gold lead right now for them in these early stages, as most of the lanes are fairly even in terms of farm.
yeah, a lot of stagnancy. But we see the Dark Seal pick up. Oh, we see Labyrinth coming up top,
Yep, not just kind of
just making
saying,
his presence known.
yeah, say, hey, get off my top laner, stop doing this stuff with your staff, alright? As a
Ooh,
bot lane's going to be just getting a little bit of tower chip damage right there, as Labby is still on this top side, but was spotted out by the Scryer's Bloom, I believe.
I was gonna say if the Morgana hadn't done that, and you have Jupil try and come through that tri-bush, that could have turned into a really bad situation for Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
You just have the Jax come down and collapse, followed with Sejuani, what her Q that stacks the freeze. That could have been real bad.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Looking at maybe a possible top lane dive here, there's a huge minion wave as
Ooh, big stun. Oh,
right there, the
this
Black
thing
Shield,
flying out.
maybe wanting to lead with a Q next time is seeing is how much damage he can do to take that off. Lugo just getting bound right there as he was looking for a roam top side. Um,
Yeah, there was a lot of trading going on bot side. You see that Biscuit Hat took a lot of damage there. A really good stun out from the Tarek, and good follow up with the traps from Panda.
Yep, definitely. Also running a little bit low on mana here is JJ Bell and this bot lane, as they are probably looking to get a gank off here, as Jupil has come inside this bush right here. There is flash available for all, so all 4 summoners ready to be used by this bot lane, as the bot laner is not trying to give away this gank at all, but Ari is on the roam right here down into the bot lane, as Chad Penguin is now trading with Rafal, has his flash up as well, and that's going to be a
Oh,
kill right
that's it.
there. Right there, the stun lands right there, and the charm lands right onto Tarek right there. This is Lugo picks up the first kill. Jupil trying to get a return kill, but there's a trade of kills across the map. 1v1 in the top lane for Chad Penguin, as the Spirit's Refuge was moved a little bit too far out of, but then a nice roam from This Is Lugo, getting the second kill of the game and just trying to snowball his already big lead.
Absolutely, and we start to see the vision. Well, no, I'm surprised. I expected Jupo to drop a ward around the dragon to kind of start that vision control to get the early damage and early pressure out to help kind of maybe be a counteract to what we see from This Is Lugo. He's putting out so much damage. If I don't have the damage. I know there's a way to view the damage from the last team fight, but I don't have it up.
I don't know how to do that.
There's a thing for it. Oh, but yeah, with coming down and just even being able. Oh, Rafal.
Yep, Chad Penguin still has Conqueror up, and Rafal opts in for a trade when his jungler's on the other side of the map. Could have been really, really bad for Rafal again, who just burned that TP. Also taking the Aftershock and not the Grasp in this lane. Might call it a little bit disrespectful. The only way he's gonna get that is if he lands the taunt. Otherwise, that's not gonna be good for him.
Yeah, I think Grasp would have been a much better selection. It would have been a much safer selection. So I agree. It may have been a little
coming back down
disrespectful.
bot lane again. They do finally see her right there as the flash has to be used, or else the root would have landed right there. Lugo using all 3 charges of the ultimate. Now this massive wave is going to crash into bot lane right here. Tarek is not 6 yet, does not have access to the Cosmic Radiance, so until he gets that, he will be in a trouble as the charm does land right there. The Colin coming out right there has to flash away from the damage right there. As Chad Penguin and Rafal still trading in the top lane. Lugo just getting, pushing in the lane and roaming right away. Jupel finding Labyrinth right there.
Wow.
The fear is going to come right there.
Really good spell shield.
Go on top right there. Has to flash out and use the ultimate if anything could happen. But Morgana was roaming up, so you have to understand there is no flash on Rafal right there. The binding does land. Will he be able to do anything? Is going to get the stun up. Here comes Nocturne right there. The Blast Plant kind of knocks everybody out. The Shen's going to go on top of him. Goes down. The ultimate's being used from there. And then it's a double kill on the top side of the map as a 3 to roam. But here comes Lugo right here. He has the charm. He misses. And then the Deception Orb, Orbit Deception misses right there. The Q right there. So all in all, a positive net trade for the side of FAP right there as they get their Jack's win condition starting and going right there as maybe just going a little bit too far forward. Maybe should have opted in to not re-engage right there. You had gotten away with your life, but Labby and crew wanted to go in right there.
Yeah, I think it was a really good spell shield by Labby to just throw up his spell shield and be able to protect the initial Q impact to stop the passive from the what is it called, winter? No, I think that's Brahms. Brahms is Winter's Bite. Whatever the freeze is from that. But it was a really questionable turnaround to see Rafal kind of be okay.
Okay, there's a bot lane right here. Cosmic Radiance going to come out right there. Try to turn around, but Labby is here. The exhaust coming out. Jupel is here. He does not have the ultimate available just yet. Ari right here. Going to get the charm down. Going to use the Ignite. Has to use all 3 charges. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Sebastian, freaking text me in my game and tell me to stop saying right there. I don't complain when you hiccup and when you say actually and for all intents and purposes. So just let you know right there. Love you, Sebastian. All right.
Yeah.
Freaking text me in my own game. As Chad Penguin doing all the deeps on top of Rafal as the Spirit Refuge does land. He is not going to be able to get him right there. Conqueror one last try as that's going to slow him down just enough. So. And the creep block right there allowing him to take one more extra tower shot. You're not drunk when you say all intents and purposes and when you say actually. You say it all the time, my dude. But the hiccups, that's fair. As Labby and Lugo are looking down right here, the spell shield going down. Nice black shield by Rob as they've tried to start up this Infernal Drake. It's already down to 1600. Labby has no vision of it. Will he be able to get the smite? He kills it! Oh my goodness, the smite didn't even come out from Jupel. He thought he had it as they engage now on there. There's no Cosmic Radiance available. right now as the damage is trying to come out. Durban Panda on the back line has it, a double kill right there. Dodges out on the charm right there. But my goodness. Oh, and Chad Penguin doesn't get the stun off. Gonna be able to get that right there. Unfortunately, the stun probably would have been able to kill him. But we get some trades. Labby stealing it with the Nocturne Q right there.
Yeah, that was really good by Labby. A really good engage to try and pick up the Morgana. I don't know if I would have fully committed to that as the team though. You knew that you had the 4v4 at the very minimum, but at the same point, your team is your DPS is good, but it's not enough. Especially if you just get Jinx going with one Excite, like that Jinx will tear you up. So you got to be really cognizant when going into these team fights. It's like, well, if we can do what we can, we have to keep it off the Jinx. And if she does get the Excite, that's going to be pretty much it for us.
Yeah, we were talking about the win conditions for FAP earlier on. It was this Jinx in the late game and Jax for the split push, and both of those are online. But for the side of LDD, Ahri is absolutely massive, picking up Luden's Echo pre-13 minutes. And as we look, the gold is almost essentially dead even, about 100 difference. But in the bot lane, it's over a 600 gold lead for this ADC right there. And then in the top lane, 1,000 gold lead, but in the mid lane it's 1.2k for the side of Lugo on LDD.
Yeah, and that's huge. The only problem is if you're gonna, nothing. Ahri is a phenomenal champion to get the early game on, but to an extent, your Ahri is not going to be able to carry you into the late game. So what you need to do is you need to be cognizant of your win condition. Is like, hey, we got to end this game quick because if they get in late, we're not going to be able to last. The Jinx is going to outscale. The Jax is going to outscale.
Oh, flash charm right there. No black shield detected. Rob, gotta press that E key, my dude. Unfortunate right there as Lugo is just trying to get his team through this early game right now. As Chad Penguin is here, the stun's going to come out right there. And they turn it around as Rafal is here. They do get the return kill on the Nocturne as Jupil is trying to stun up Rafal right here. But there's just so much damage coming out from this Ahri. He doesn't have flash or any more of the old charges right there. So overall, 3 for 1 on the side of Labby Dabby doing the best that they can. My goodness. The mystery machine right now is if Lugo can carry his team on this 5-0-1 Ahri, as Chad Penguin tried to come down and use the pressure, but remember, there's a Shen in that top lane, boys and girls.
Yeah, the really good thing about what just happened in that trade was that we see the shutdown go on to the Ahri. So that'll just put her further and further and further ahead.
Yep, something I want to...
Which is good.
Something I kind of want to bring up, sorry to cut you off there, is... there used to be a joke about Labby never finishing, his jungle item. But now that he has, I kind of questioned it. He's one for the Sated Devourer, or the Blood Razor enchantment. I'm sorry. I'm so far behind in my, this is why I'm not a good jungler, by the way. But...
Yikes.
I'm not a good jungler, by the way, yeah.
Dude, what do you mean?
Oh, the stun comes out. Oh, and Durban Panda gets another kill. Cosmic Rainy, it's kind of burned a little bit excessive right there, but Rob, nice roam right there, has participated in 6 of the 7 kills, but still behind this Ahri right here, who's just so massively ahead. Has the Sword Pen boots, has the Luden's Echo, gonna be working towards that second item, Death Cap. Chad Penguin also getting a little bit bullied now that the Ninja Tabi has been completed. All this armor stacking for a fall, because he's not really going to need to worry about any AP threats on the side of FAP, as Morgana is not only behind, but just not a champion that's really known for the pulling in a bit of damage right there. As Lugo takes a bunch of tower shots and is going to have to get forced to use his ultimate right there as Jupil threatened but save the ultimate. So a nice little gank right there just to get that out, relieve some pressure for Rob in this mid lane.
Yeah, quick reaction time from Lugo, especially because you don't know what Jupil's going to throw out. Like, Jupil could have ulted and that could have been it, but really good reaction time knowing, let me go out and away. Like, when I ult, let me ult out and away.
Yeah.
So that I know that I can do that.
Yeah.
So
I do think that maybe earlier it was intentional to have Labby take the Infernal Drain, because knowing General Dill, he'll always say that this Cloud Drake is the one that's worth more. So, and as it is up right now, Jupil just getting attacked by it, not realizing it was starting up, as they don't have Prio in any of this, but Jax is roaming down, but the Stand United is almost back off cooldown for a fall, as they're trying to look for engage here. Going to maybe force down this first tower bot lane, and they're going to get it.
Yeah.
Maybe? The stun doesn't land. The root comes out. Dark Binding misses right here, and it's a 5v4. Rafal does have the Stand United. As their ult comes out, flash from Rob right there. As all the damage is going to come out. Biscuit had the first one to die. As Ari's also taking down. Huge shutdown right there. As they're just going so hard for the side of FAP. And the Cosmic Raisin's not even up for this entire time, as it is a clean ace for the side of FAP. As they stop that first tower going down, and we're able to burn through everything, including the Stand United right there, and get the first tower for themselves, 5-man strong here in the bot lane at 17.5 minutes.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate fight for, that was a really unfortunate fight for Labby to have to fight through. But when you're fighting the 5v4, even if the Shen is coming, it's still going to be rough for you to complete. Now they have the whole capability of just clearing this the Ocean Drake. Sorry, Ocean?
Air.
Cloud?
Yeah, Cloud.
I always get the symbols mixed up.
Yeah. 3 things. The one that looks like a comet or whatever is the Ocean one, or a wave. Jinx, but important to note, at those times, Jax and Jinx had completed like 2 of their first item power spikes. They had the Trinity Force and the Infinity Edge on both of those guys. Cinder Hulk was completed. And while Rob has been set behind in this early game, now a part of 11 of 12 kills, weathering the storm that Lugo has been able to put on him, has 9 stacks of his Dark Seal as well, and is still 1,000 gold behind, but that's 500 less than he was before. But everywhere else on the side of FAP is winning, and winning really hard for this late game scaling team comp.
Yeah, and this, like we said, kind of just going down the board. You see the 4-1 and 5 Jax huge, the 3-1 and 7 Sejuani, should have a lot more tankiness to her now. 2-3 and 9 Morgana should now be able to get a little bit more DPS heavy. 3-0 and 5 Jinx, absolutely monstrous. And the 0-1 and 7 Tarek should also be pretty strong. Oh, yep. Mid lane action.
Yeah, Rob is just going to be, unfortunately, get a shutdown on him for just, I guess, having a lot of kill participation. Very, very interesting shutdown right there on a guy who's been put down this entire game. But that going over to the Ahri, once again, 6-1 and 1, 100% kill partition for Lugo right here. As it looks like Labby Dabby with that mid lane pick are going to be looking to translate that into an objective tape of this Rift Herald. Oh, PMA LCS admin gets taken down. Cosmic Radiance comes down, but not in time enough. Oh, just in time. Labby doesn't have enough damage. Oh, but the fadeaway Q right there. And a massive super destructive rocket as words as something I can't do. As Herald did despawn during all that, so no one was able to pick that up. Rafal is in no man's land right there, as Chat Penguin has come down, and he is now a 5-1 and 6 Jax, almost to that Spear of Sojin right now. But looking at Derp and Panda, he is online right now. They're going to take down this tower right here, and it's going to be really hard pressed for the side of Labby Dabby to stop a 5-0 and 6 Jinx.
Yeah, that's and we've said it once. We'll beat a dead horse. Win condition. Jinx can shred towers. Like, you don't want to get this Jinx started, but this Jinx has already started.
And Rob has so much damage apparently from either Dark Harvest or something. As the question mark pings come out as Derp and Pan and Jupil secure the enemy red buff, that Rob picks up that with the Tormented Soil. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're at 21 minutes. Baron has spawned on the map. It's 8-6 in kills. 6,500 gold lead for the side of FAP as they are continuing to scale into this late game team comp. Now Jax almost has TP up and has his 2-item power spike, as we know right now League of Legends is the game of 2-item power spikes. Who can hit it first? Ahri hit it before her mid lane opponent, but unfortunately the win conditions of FAP right now have hit it, as Spear of Sojin and Trinity Force for this Jax in the top lane, and Infinity Edge Hurricane. This team fight Jinx is already online here at 22 minutes.
Yeah, and that's going to be really problematic for the side of Labby to deal with. But Jupil
just walking into a brush and was toppling for some reason. Burns the stopwatch, probably a bad idea. Oh my goodness, does he actually get out? Oh my
No.
gosh. Well, call me a bad caster because I said it was a bad idea for him to do that, but it saves his life right now. Is meanwhile in the bot lane, back at the Hall of Justice, Chad Penguin is just slapping around some stuff, and JJ Bell does not want any part of this Jax.
Yeah, I'm questioning why they sent the Lucian to deal with the Jax and why not send Rafal. I know Rafal was already top lane, but like, if nothing more, that Jax is gonna destroy the Lucian.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't care if you build, I don't care if you build tank Lucian. I don't care if you build crit Lucian. You will never 1v1 a Jax.
Well, don't never say never, because as we just saw
That's
less
true.
than 30 seconds ago, I thought Jupil was dead to rights. So, as they are 4-man strong here and the top side for FAP, looking to try to do this, as Ari's just trying to do whatever she can to wave clear and try to almost will the team to win. But
Right.
but in the mid lane right here, you got Chad Penguin going against JJ Bell. As you said, you don't want to face each other right there. As Chad Penguin a jump. He just actually jumped on top of him, and he's going to go in. Flash comes out. The Rafal ulti, is it going to be able to get there? Chad Penguin! Oh, it's a trade kill right there. So the shutdown gold actually being massive for the side, but Labby is now in the mid lane. Are they going to have anything? The stun comes out onto Rafal, and the nice Dark Binding. Here comes Soul Shackles into the Zonias. Not going to get anything else except for that kill right there onto Rafal. So overall, a 2-for-1 in terms of kills across the map, but the shutdown gold still going over to this Lucian. Oh, the old whiffs, pulling the best Xmithie impersonation that you can. The Cosmic Radiance is going to come out, but Labby can't initiate onto it while it's there, and everyone else retreats.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that ultimate was just hey, let's try and peel them off the tower. But really smart disengage from PMA LTS admin, making sure to just go ahead and say, I don't really need to have my ult for next fight. I'd rather disengage here if they try and do anything. Smart on his behalf.
Yeah, definitely. As the Mountain Drake is now spawned, it looks like that's where FAP is heading to, as Chad Penguin is already coming there after his dive mid lane. So no flame, by the way. As they'll take, if they take this right here, it'll be really crucial for the side of Labby Dabby Doo to try to always have vision on that Baron, because Jinx plus a Mountain Drink is, oh man, I thought that was very close, but the smite didn't come out from Jupil again. So Jack's picking up that one. I have no idea what is up with junglers this season, because as a jungler who also can't smite, I don't know what we're doing, boys and girls.
I think the smite battle is definitely one of the hardest parts about being a jungler. I can't really speak to a lot of it because I'm a support main and I don't do jungle too hard. It requires too much IQ.
Yeah.
But like in all seriousness,
real big brain.
There you go. But like smite battles are pretty much like one of the most difficult parts of being a jungler. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but like comparing your timing and reaction time.
In solo queue, laner's inting is the hardest part about being a jungler. Let's be honest there, okay? Smite fights, sure, they're stressful, but you actually have a thing that tells you how much damage it does, and everything has a health bar now, essentially. There you go. I don't know if it's the hardest part, but it is a very stressful part about it. I can attest to that.
Yeah, especially I think it just comes down to like a reaction time. It's like, is my reaction time gonna outdo the opponent, like the opposing jungler, or am I gonna just like fall short and my team's gonna be disappointed?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of disappointment. Like everyone knows it to be disappointed in me, as Jupil's gonna get charmed right there, but doesn't really take much damage, as he's gonna be able to heal this all back up with his Warmogs that he has. Oh, but the ult does land onto the Ahri, as Blue go a little bit too big for their own britches right there, as the shutdown comes out onto the Jinx of all people, and it burned through the stand united. This should be Baron for them. Chad Penguin can go bot, pressure this inhibitor, and he has teleport available. Labby Dabby Doo has to commit to try to stop this, or else it may just be game over.
Yeah, that was a weird a weird angle for that to hit at. If you want me to be honest, I didn't think the Sejuani was gonna hit.
Here comes Levy, steals the Baron as the Cosmic Radiance comes out for the team fight. Jinx has been shut down now as the rest of FAP try to go away. But meanwhile, back at the base, Chad Penguin taking all but the inhibitor. This is Lugo has responded though, dodges out on the charm as Chad Penguin is just trying to get this inhibitor to try to make it worth. My goodness, and everybody else is alive, but the charm does land. Will he be able to get this? But he's 2 levels above Lugo. He does so much damage with Conqueror. Balanced in every sense of the word as the stun does come out. Flash from PMA LCS admin as the Dark Binding goes on top and will take down the Shen as well. Jupil right here. Gonna make the stun land right there, the Dark Binding, and they get the ace. Lose the Baron, get the ace.
God.
Can you get the base? Right now, as Jupil is going to be trying to get feared up. Nice black shield right there as Chad Penguin right there. The nice spell shield coming out from Labby not to get stuck down as they do take 1 inhibitor turret right there. But my goodness, what a series of events to unfold. Went from a Baron steal to almost, ending the game for FAP. So, roller coaster edge right there.
Absolutely.
As also Chad Penguin getting away with just minuscule levels of health. Tips the Pingo hat. He says, not even close, baby.
Yeah, going back to that fight, watching this is why the Taric was a good pick for them. The team fight potential, especially when you pair yourself up with the Sejuani, you can dive so deep and just go ahead and drop your what is it called? I don't even know what the stun is called.
The Dazzle or the...
Is that what it is?
What, on Taric?
I can never remember. Yeah, I think it's Dazzle.
Yeah, it's the Dazzle. Yeah.
But like,
the E.
If you just have but yeah, pairing that up with the Sejuani, you're just able to dive in, even if you just flash in yourself. And that was a huge turnaround to get that ace, and just knock the entire the validity. Well, I don't say the validity. The Baron Seal was amazing, but knocking off the strength and the potential counter power of the Baron that they could have had to at least sustain themselves a little bit better is gone now, and Labby is now on the back foot, and it's going to be very difficult for them to come back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Labby 0-6-6 on this, and went for the Blade of the Ruin King. I don't know when he's ever going to be soloing or fighting this Sejuani by himself, especially in these later parts of the game, but he's really heavily invested in this attack speed build. As now the side of Labby Dabby Doo is trying to set up for this dragon, but here comes FAP, all collapsing on mid lane for Ahri as they're just going to start up this dragon right here. Gets the bind down, gonna get the Soul Shackles off right there, and they're gonna take the Baron, kill Labby, kill Biscuit Arrow, falls also up on the menu right there as the charm does hit on Jupil, so no other engage, but they could just run it down either bot lane or mid at this point, try to end this game with 30 seconds on the top side of the map right there on the death timers. Biscuit Hat will be up in 27 seconds. Oh, JJ Beld has to flash away right there. Only 1 Nexus turret right there. Oh, the nice Bork use by JJ Beld will save his life, but maybe not the base, as another Smithy ult or Guy Fieri ult, whoever you want to call, from Jupil right there, as they focus down this second Nexus turret and the Nexus right here at 30 minutes and 20 seconds. FAP takes game 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Your phone's doing something.
That's just... We saw a really good early game presence from both teams, especially on the side of
Saying something.
We saw a really good early game presence on the side of Labby, especially with Labyrinth coming up to try and get Rafal. Man, that's so rough. I would absolutely well played, 100% GGs to FAP, but wow, that game could have swung in either direction, just with a quick turn of a switch. And you see Lugo putting up 23k damage. That's crazy.
Yeah, hold on, sorry. Give me...
What are you doing, Ed? I'm gonna just talk. You mind if I just talk through stats, or are you still?
Let's talk through stats. You can get the straw poll up if you Just go to strawpoll.com and then just type the guys' names in.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
got you.
So looking at some of these damage charts right here, Lugo leading the way with 23,000 damage. And actually Morgana coming up with a lot of damage herself. So let's go. Let's look at this. Rod 15 subscribes for 13 months in a row. Thank you for 13 months in a row. Maye subscribes for tier 1 for 5 months in a row, saying Geo's not approved. I won and was a good day. Donde está la biblioteca ligma si van bat? Well, apparently Maye is enjoying St. Patrick's Day. So looking at this, and we're going to start talking about, possible MVPs here. Who you got to give it to on the side of FAP? And why is it either their ADC player or the former ADC player? That's who I'm going to be looking at right here.
I think I'm going to give it to, golly. Man, everyone played so well, but look at, like, a big step for me is kill participation. And, Rob had incredibly high kill participation.
Yeah, he is tied for second on his team. Excuse me, Rob. Sorry, I was looking at someone else. That's 21. So he has the most kill participation on his team, yeah.
Yeah, closely followed by Jupil. So the mid lane and jungle putting in work as overall, team players. So that's really good for how well they did. So it's really hard for me to just kind of pick one. I wish I could pick multiple people, but I value KP very highly.
Yeah.
But I think
Have you made the straw poll?
Yes, I'm linking it in chat right now.
All right, cool. The straw poll will be linked in chat. Grateful Buster going to spam that as much as he can without being banned. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, that Rob in the early game, it was really, really hard for them. Also, those roams from Ahri, but played really well in the mid to late game. The ult Soul Shackle bot for the 5-man bot that they all did when they were setting up for the Dragon was huge, and massive ults from Rob. But I think if I have to give it to one person, I personally would give it to Chad Penguin, who got that solo kill in the top lane and then even went mid lane to try to get some more advantages right there for the rest of the team, and just couldn't be answered, applying a lot of pressure just by being Jax, if we're being honest, but also playing it extremely well. Has the most gold in the team. Durban Panda, no slouch. There wasn't anything that Durban Panda did that was excruciatingly bad, but definitely not anything that made me think, wow, if I got to give the kudos to Durban Panda for playing their role correctly, though. Jupil had some really good moments as well, and PMA LCS admin just has a horrible name, so there you go. Yeah, so go vote in that straw poll, and we will be back here in just a moment for Game 2 between Labby Dabby Doo and Fantastic Anime Personalities. Don't touch that dial.